How are you all? So we are going to start chapter number 3. Yes, the name of chapter number 3 is fiber to fabric. As you can see on the screen, yes, the name is fiber to fabric. You can write down the name. Yes, please write down the name. Okay. So in this chapter we are going to study about the fiber and fabric. Yes, we will first will try to know about what is fiber and then types of fiber, and then we will study different kind of fiber, animal fiber, plant fiber. There are many kind of fiber. Okay, and we will see lot of example with picture. Okay, so we will study continuously one by one. Okay, we will complete it slowly. Okay, not rapidly, because I want to make you understand. Okay, so first of all, tell me, what is the meaning of fiber? What do you think when you hear this word? When you hear this word fiber, then what do you think? Fiber. Maybe that you may think that it is related to clothes. Yes, it is actually correct thing. It is actually correct. So fiber is actually a thin material, yes, which is used to make clothes. Yes, which is used to make clothes. Okay, and we know the importance of clothes. We know the importance of clothes, but I will also tell you about the importance of cloth. Okay, and which animals give fiber? We will try to find the answer of this question. Okay, and at last I will ask you some question, and you already know about wool word, but I will again teach you about wool. Okay, have you ever heard the word silkworm? Have you ever heard this word silkworm? Yes, I will also tell you about silkworm. Okay, so now without wasting time, let's move on the next point. Okay kids, so our first topic is importance of clothes. Yes, why is clothes important for us? Why are all the clothes important for us? Yes, importance of clothes. So as you can see on the screen, why are they important? Yes, but before we study these points, you tell me, why are clothes important? Why do we wear clothes? Because they protect us. Yes, they protect us from different kind of weather. Yes, am I right? They protect us from different kind of weather, and we look good in beautiful clothes. Yes, so you can see on the screen importance of clothes. Following are the importance of clothes. Yes, I have written 3 importance of clothes. You can see on the screen. First is they protect from heat. Yes, they protect from heat. You know, in winter we wear different clothes. In summer we wear different clothes. Yes, and they protect us from heat. Next point is they protect from cold. Yes, they protect us from cold. In winter season we wear sweater. Yes, do you wear sweater? And we wear different kind of clothes. Yes, and we are cover our face, so they protect us from cold. And next point number 3 is they make us look nice and decent. Yes, they make us look nice and decent. We look good, well mannered in clothes. Yes, we look good and well mannered in clothes. Yes, so we should wear good clothes. Okay, should not wear torn clothes, and we should not wear dirty clothes, because dirty clothes have different kind of germs, and we should wash our clothes regularly. Okay, timely. So please write down the points which are written on the screen. Please write down. I am giving you 10 seconds. Okay, so kids, now you know the importance of clothes. Yes, now you know the importance of clothes. So these are the three reasons. Reason number one, they protect from heat. Yes, in summer we wear clothes, so to protect ourselves from heat. Yes, and they also protect us from cold. And last point is they make us look nice and decent. Yes, we wear cotton clothes, we wear jute, maybe clothes, maybe silk, and in winter we wear woolen clothes. Yes, silk clothes, somebody likes silk clothes. Yes, am I right? And nylon clothes, acrylic clothes, terylene, terrycotton, polyester. I think you have not heard these words. I think first time you are hearing these words: nylon, acrylic, terylene, terrycotton, polyester. Okay, we will find the answer of all these. Okay, now let's move on the next point. Okay kids, so as you can see on the screen, the question is, what do you mean by fiber? Yes, what do you mean by fiber? What is fiber? Fiber is actually a kind of material which is very thin. Yes, fiber is very thin material and continuous strand is called fiber. Yes. So what is the meaning of strand? What is the meaning of strand? If you take your socks, in socks there are many thin threads. If you take out one thread, take any socks, take your socks, okay, socks, take your socks and take out the thread from socks and try to pull out one more thread from the taken out thread. First of all, step number one, take a sock, okay. Step number two, take out the thread, okay, or you can say pull out the thread, pull out the thread. Then from that thread, from that single thread, try to pull, try to separate one more thread, try to separate one more thread. That thread is known as strand, that thread is known as strand, and that is known as fiber. We call that one. When you pull out one thread from sock and try to separate again from that single thread, and that separated thread is known as strand, and we call it fiber. We call it fiber. So a material which is available in the form of thin and continuously strand is called fiber. Okay, so there are two type of fiber. Yes, there are two type of fiber, you can see on the screen. First is natural fiber, second is man-made fiber. Yes, there are two type of fiber, natural fiber, natural fiber, fiber, okay, man-made fiber. Man-made fiber also known as synthetic fiber, yes, or you can call them artificial fiber. Yes, man-made fiber are actually synthetic fiber, or you can call them artificial fiber. Okay, so natural fiber generally we get from plants and animal, and man-made fiber you can easily guess the meaning by the name that they are made by man, or you can say they are synthesized by man. Okay, please write down, I am giving you 10 seconds. So kids, now you know the meaning of fiber. What is fiber? Fiber is a thin thread like material, yes, which is used to make clothes, which is used to make clothes, or you can say fiber is a thin thread like material which is used to make fabric. Yes, fiber is a thin thread like material which is used to make fabric. And you can see the definition on the screen. A material which is available in the form of thin and continuous strand is called fiber. There are two type of fiber, natural fiber and man-made fiber. Man-made fiber is also known as synthetic fiber and artificial fiber. Now we will see the different examples of natural fiber and man-made fiber. Let's move on the next point. Okay kids, as you can see on the screen, types of fiber. First is natural fiber, second is man-made fiber. Natural fiber. What are natural fiber? The fibers which are obtained from plants and animal are called natural fiber. Yes, natural fiber we get from plants and animal. Yes, we get natural fiber from both. We get natural fiber from both plants and animal. Yes, so we can get either from plants or animals. So natural fiber you cannot make them. Natural fiber are naturally available. We get from plants and animal. You cannot make them. You cannot make them. And man-made fiber, the fibers which are made in laboratory. Yes, we make them in laboratory. Man-made fibers, we make them in laboratory. The fibers that are synthesized. Synthesized means prepared. Look the spelling of synthesized. 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 Okay, SYNTHESIZED. Synthesized. Synthesized means prepared. 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 So the fiber that are prepared, in lab or laboratory are called man-made fiber. Or you can say fibers which are made by man are known as man-made fiber. Simple definition. Fibers which are made by man are known as man-made fiber. And in the same way you can write the definition of natural fiber. Fibers which are not made by man are called natural fiber. Fibers which are not made by man are called natural fiber. Fibers which are not made by man are called natural fiber. And what are man-made fiber? Fibers which are made by man are called man-made fiber. So these fibers, man-made fibers, are synthesized in laboratory. Yes, we prepare them in laboratory. Now the question is, how do we prepare in laboratory? How do we prepare? Actually we use chemicals. Yes, we use different chemicals. We use carbon chain. We use different things. Yes, so we use different chemicals to prepare man-made fiber. And to prepare natural fiber, we do not use any chemical. They are already available naturally. That's why what are natural fiber? The fibers which are obtained from plants and animals are called natural fibers. Okay, please write down the examples and all the definition. So what are the examples of natural fiber? You can see on the screen the examples are cotton, jute, silk, wool. Yes, these are the example: cotton, jute, silk, wool. And what are the example of man-made fiber? The examples of man-made fiber you can see: nylon, acrylic, terylene, terrycotton, polyester. Okay, please write down. I am giving you 10 seconds. So kids, there are two type of fiber. Yes, fiber. What are fiber? A material which is available in the form of thin and continuously strand are called fiber. Or you can say fibers are thin thread like material which are used to make fabric. Fibers are thin thread like material which are used to make fabric. So there are two type of fiber: natural fiber and man-made fiber. Natural fiber, fibers that we get from plants and animal are called natural fiber. Fibers that we get from plants and animal are called natural fiber. Examples of natural fiber: cotton, jute, silk, wool. Please try to memorize the example. Remember this spelling: cotton, COTTO, and cotton; jute, JUT, jute; silk, SILK, silk; wool, WOLL, wool. And man-made fiber, fibers that are synthesized in laboratory are called man-made fiber. Yes, example you can see: nylon, NYLON, nylon; acrylic, ACRYLIC, acrylic; terylene, TERRYLENE, terylene; terrycotton, or you can say terrycoat, TERRY, terry, COTTO, and cotton, or terrycotton, terrycotton, or you can say terrycoat. And last is polyester, POLYESTER, polyester. Okay, I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay kids, now let's study types of natural fiber. Now you know the meaning of Natural fiber, yes, you know what are natural fiber? Fibers which are obtained from plants and animal are called natural fiber. Yes, fibers which are obtained from plants and animal are called natural fiber. And we can divide natural fiber into two categories. We can divide natural fiber into two categories. First is plant fiber, second is animal fiber. Yes. So what are plant fiber and what are animal fiber? Plant fiber. The fibers which are obtained from plants are called plant fiber. The fibers which are obtained from plants are called plant fibers. Yes. Plants fiber we get from plants. Yes. Plants fiber we get from plants. Example, cotton, jute, flax. Yes. Cotton fiber we get from cotton plant. Jute fiber we get from jute plant. Flax fiber we get from flax plant. Animal fiber. The fibers now animal fiber. What is the definition of animal fiber? What is the definition of animal fiber? The fibers which are obtained from animals are called animal fibers. The fibers which are obtained from animals are called animal fibers. Example, silk and wool. Yes, silk and wool are the examples of animal fiber. Silk we get from silkworm. Yes, and wool. Wool we get from, yes, sheep. Yes, am I right? So there are two types of natural fiber, plant fiber and animal fiber. Please write down. I am giving you 10 seconds. Okay, kids. So there are two types of fiber, natural fiber and animal fiber. What are plant fiber? Fibers that we get from plants. Fibers that we get from plants are called plant fiber. Fibers that we get from plants are called plant fiber. And what are animal fiber? Fibers that we get from animals are called animal fiber. The definition is very simple. You can easily memorize. Yes. What are the examples of plant fiber? Yes, cotton, jute and flax. Yes, cotton, jute and flax are the example of plant fiber. Yes, cotton we get from cotton plant. Yes, you know cotton is in white color, am I right? And it is used to make many different kind of clothes. It is used to make sweater, yes, socks, yes, scarf, many things. Okay, and jute we get from jute plant. Yes, so it is used to make silk. Okay, and flax we get from flax plant. And animal fiber we get from animals. You can see on the screen, silk and wool. We get silk from silkworm. Yes, we get silk from silkworm. I will explain you about silkworm in next class. Okay, so don't worry. In this class, I will not explain too much about silkworm. Okay, and wool we get from sheep. Do you think that we get wool only from sheep? Do you think? No, we get wool from different animals. Yes, my dear kids, we get wool from different animals. Yes, I will show you the picture of all the animals. Okay, don't worry. Now, let's move on the next point. So kids, you know that we get natural fiber from plant and animal. Yes, we get natural fiber from plant and animal. Fiber that we get from plant are called plant fiber, and fibers that we get from animals are known as animal fiber. Okay, so the common animal fiber we know wool and silk. I already told you a few seconds ago. Okay, some time ago I already told you that main common animal fiber are wool and silk. About them we know. Yes, we know. So we get wool from sheep. Yes, you know about it. You already know about it, that we get wool from sheep. But not only from sheep. We get wool not only from sheep. We get wool from different animals. Yes, we get wool from different animals. You can see wool is obtained means get, wool is obtained from sheep, goat, yak, camel, llama, alpaca, etc. Yes, so we get wool from these animals, and silk is obtained from silkworm. Yes, am I right? So please write down the, I'm giving you 10 seconds. So kids, now you know about plant fiber and animal fiber. Yes, animal fiber, the fibers which are obtained from animals are called animal fiber, and the common animal fibers are wool and silk. Yes, the common animal fibers are wool and silk. Wool is obtained from sheep, goat, yak, llama, alpaca. Yes, and silk is obtained from silkworm. Okay, am I right? Okay, now let's move on the next point. Okay kids, look this picture. You can see the picture of sheep and goat. Yes, you will tell me that what does sheep and goat give us? What does sheep and goat give us? Yes, wool. Sheep and goat give us wool. Sheep and goat give us wool. You can see different kind of sheep and different kind of goat. Yes, can you see? So in many places, in different countries, different sheep and goat are found. In different country, different sheep and goat are found. So do you know that there is a goat whose name is Angora goat? Yes, do you know there is a goat whose name is Angora goat? So Angora goat, we get fur from goat. Fur means thin hair on the body of sheep and camel and different animals. Okay, so their fur means their hair used to make shawl. Okay, and do you know about Kashmiri goat? Kashmiri goat, we get wool, we get hair. The hair of Kashmiri goat is used to make shawl, and the name of shawl is Pashmina shawl. Yes, the name of shawl is Pashmina shawl. And from Angora goat, the wool that we get, which is used to make mohair, What is mohair? Mohair is a kind of fabric. Yes, mohair is a kind of fabric. So now you understood that we get from sheep and goat, we get wool. Yes, and different country leaves different kind of sheep, different kind of goat. As I told you that we get mohair from Angora goat, and from Kashmiri goat we get Pashmina shawl, or you can say Kashmiri shawl. Okay, I hope you understood. Now let's see the next picture. Look this picture carefully. You can see the picture of yak and camel. Yes, you can see the picture of yak and camel. And as I already told you that animal fibers, the common animal fibers are wool and silk, and we get wool from sheep, goat, yak, camel, llama, alpaca. Yes, so yak and camel, they also give wool. You can see the picture of yak and camel. Yes, and wool is used for making warm clothes. Yes, such as sweater, cape, shawl, gloves and blanket, etc. Wool is also used in making carpets. Yes, wool is also used in making carpets. So there are different uses. So different animals give different kind of wool. Wool may be soft. Okay, and it is not necessary the quality of wool may be different. And can you tell me, I want to ask you a question, can you tell me, as you can see the picture of yak and camel, yes, can you see the picture of yak and camel? So we get wool from yak and camel, but how to take out from them, how to take out them, how to cut the wool from their body, how to cut their hair, how to cut the hair of yak and camel. The hair of yak and camel we call fur also, okay, how to cut them. To cut them we used different thing. Yes, we use cutter, comb, okay, and scissors we use to cut, okay. So different kind of animals found in different country. But do you think, is it easy to get wool, and is it easy to make fabric? Is it easy to make fabric? No kids, it is very difficult to make fabric. It is very difficult to make woolen fabric. There is a long process. Yes, in next class we will study about the process in detail. So now you know what is the use of yak, camel, what is the use of sheep and goat. Yes, we use their wool to make woolen fabrics, woolen clothes. And not only we get wool from these animals, we also get flesh. Yes, flesh is used, their skin is used to make many things. So we make different kind of things using their skin, flesh, okay. And wool is used for many things. Yes, wool is used for making many things. It is used for making warm clothes such as sweater, cape, shawl, gloves, blanket. Wool is also used for making carpets, okay. I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay kids, as you can see, two different kind of sheep. Yes, on the screen can you see? First two sheep are llama, and the remaining two sheep are alpaca. So as I told you in the beginning that there are different kind of sheep. Yes, different breed of sheep found in different countries. Different breeds of sheep found in different countries. Yes, they are used, we get wool from them, and wool is used for making different kind of clothes. And they are found in South America. Do you know they are found in South America? Yes. So look their shape. What do you think? Look their shape, and what do you think about their shape? Their shape is different from Indian sheep. Yes. Do you think their shape, body is different from Indian sheep? Yes. And one more point I want to tell you, that llama, alpaca, these sheep give more wool. Yes, these sheep give more wool. They produce, they yield. Y-I-E-L-D. Yield means produce. Okay. Remember this word. Try to remember the spelling. Again, I am speaking yield. Y-I-E-L-D. Yield. They yield more wool in comparison to Indian sheep. They give us more wool, they give us soft wool. Main point is they give us soft wool. Yes, and soft wool is used to make different kind of sweater, gloves, okay. So you can easily memorize. Please check out the spelling of llama. What is the spelling of llama? The spelling is double L-A-M-A. Yes, the spelling is double L-A-M-A, not L-A-M-A. It is double L-A-M-A. And what is the spelling of alpaca? A-L-P-A-C-A. L-P-A-C, alpaca. Okay, I hope you understood llama and alpaca. Okay kids, so try to memorize the name. So where do we find them? Where do we find them? Where do these sheep live? Where do these sheep live? Where do these sheep live? Llama and alpaca, where do they live? They live in South Africa. Africa? No. They live in South America. They don't live in South Africa. They live in South America. Don't get confused. Don't get confused. Okay kids, I hope You understood? Now let's move on the next point. Okay kids, look the picture. What is this? Have you ever seen? I think you might have studied about it in 4th, 5th, 6th class, I think. What is this? This is silkworm. And what is its use? It is used to make silk. Yes, silkworm is used to make silk. But for your kind information, let me tell you that there are different types of silk. Yes, there are different type of silk. So, different type of silkworm produce different types of silk. Yes, there are different type of silkworm. So, different type of silk. There are different type of silkworm. So, there are different type of silk. So, the different types of silkworm produce different types of silk in terms of luster and texture. Yes, in terms of luster and texture means in terms of luster and texture. Luster means shining. And texture means appearance. Okay, appearance means how does it look. Okay, is it soft or not, or is it rough? Okay, that is the meaning of texture. Okay, for example, Tasar silk, yes. Muga silk, yes. Kosa silk, yes. So different kind of silks are produced by different kind of silk moth. Silk moth means butterfly. Okay, silk moth means butterfly. So now I want to ask you, which is the most famous silk? Which is the most famous silk? Mulberry silk. Mulberry silk. Okay, and silk is used for many purpose. Yes, and I will explain in next class about silk in detail. Okay, I will explain about it in detail. I will explain that the complete process. I will explain different type of silk. What is the meaning of sericulture? What is the meaning? What is the history of silk? What is the history of silk? Okay, everything I will explain. I hope you might have enjoyed it. Now let's move on the next point. Okay kids, next topic is wool. So we know that wool is animal fiber. Yes, wool is animal fiber. I have already told you that there are two type of natural fiber. First is plant fiber and second is animal fiber. Yes, first is plant fiber and second is animal fiber. And what are plant fibers? Fibers that we get from plants are called plant fiber. Yes, fibers that we get from plants are called plant fiber. And what are animal fibers? Fibers that we get from animals, or you can say the fibers which are obtained from animals are known as animal fiber. And I already shown you different kind of example of animals: sheep, goat, yak, camel, llama, alpaca. They give us wool. Silkworm give us silk. Yes. So wool is obtained from the fleece of sheep. Wool is obtained from the fleece of sheep, fleece of goat, fleece of camel, fleece of yak, fleece of rabbit, fleece of llama, fleece of alpaca, and fleece of other animal. Now the question is, what is the meaning of fleece? The meaning is hair. Yes, the hair that grow on their body, we call it fleece. Okay, so wool is obtained from the fleece. Fleece means hair. Okay, wool is obtained from the hair of sheep, hair of goat, hair of camel, hair of yak. It means fleece of sheep, fleece of goat, fleece of camel. Okay, so I already have shown you different pictures of all these animals, and I have already explained about llama, alpaca, camel, goat. Yes, Angora goat. Angora goat give us mohair. Yes, Kashmiri goat give us pashmina shawl. Llama and alpaca, they live in South America. Yes, they also yield wool. Yes, yield means wool. Yes, these animals have thick coat of fleece on their body. Yes, these animals have thick layer of hair. Thick coat of hair means thick layer of hair, means thick layer of fleece on their body. Because the hair traps air and air is poor conductor of heat. Yes. Why is the hair of these animal thick? Because of the reason behind it is the air is poor conductor of heat. That's why hair trap the air. Hair trap the air. Okay. So thick layer of hair keeps their body warm and protect them from harsh cold. Yes. In winter generally we do not cut their hair. We usually cut their hair in summer. Why do we cut? Why don't we cut in winter? Because the thick layer of hair keep their body warm and protect them from harsh cold. Protect them from cold in winter. And in summer we cut their hair. For obtaining wool, animals are reared. And then their hair is cut and processed into wool. Yes. So generally animals are reared यानी पालना पोषना, okay, पालन करना. So for obtaining wool, animals are reared and then their hair is cut and processed into wool. Okay, please write down. I'm giving you 10 seconds. So kids, I hope you understood. Wool is obtained from the fleece of sheep, goat, camel, yak, rabbit, llama, alpaca. These animals have thick coat of hair on their bodies because their hair traps air and air is poor conductor of heat. So thick layer of hair keeps their body warm and protects them from harsh cold. Yes. For obtaining wool, animals are reared and then their hair is cut and processed into wool. Okay. Now it's time to ask question from you. Question number 1. Define fibers with example. Define fiber with example. What is fiber? Fiber is a thin thread-like structure that is used to make fabric. Fiber is a thin thread-like structure that is used to make fabric. Yes, there are different type of fabric. We know natural fiber and man-made fiber. Man-made fiber also known as synthetic fiber. Yes, am I right? Now question number 2. Write the different types of fiber. There are two types of fiber. We know natural fiber and man-made fiber. Natural fiber we can divide in two categories, plant fiber and animal fiber. Yes. So what are natural fiber? Fibers that we get from plants and animals are called natural fiber. Fibers that we get from plants and animals are called natural fiber. Examples: cotton, jute, silk, wool. And what are man-made fiber? Fibers that are synthesized in laboratory, that are synthesized in lab, are known as man-made fiber, or you can say artificial fiber, synthetic fiber. Okay. Examples of man-made fiber. Can you give me the examples of man-made fiber? Yes. Nylon, acrylic, terylene, terrycotton, polyester. These are the examples of man-made fiber. Which are the examples of man-made fiber? Nylon, acrylic, terylene, terrycotton. Terrycotton is also known as terrycot. Terrycotton is also known as terrycot. And polyester. Okay. I hope you understood. Now, next question is explain animal fiber. Yes, what are animal fiber? Fibers that we get from animals are called animal fiber. Fibers that we get from animals are called animal fiber. And the common animal fibers are wool and silk. The common animal fibers are wool and silk. And wool is obtained from sheep, goat, yak, camel, llama, alpaca. Yes, sheep, goat, yak, camel, llama, alpaca. And silk is obtained from silkworm. Silk is obtained from silkworm. Yes, llama and alpaca live in South America. They yield wool. They yield wool of high quality. Yes, and goat, Angora goat, Kashmiri goat, they give us different kind of wool. Yak, camel, sheep. So people rear them to get wool. Okay, wool is obtained from the fleece of sheep, fleece of goat, fleece of camel, fleece of yak, fleece of rabbit, fleece of llama, fleece of alpaca and other animals. These animals have thick layer of coat. Yes, these animals have thick coat of hair on their body because the hair traps air. Because the hair traps air, and the air is poor conductor of heat. Yes, remember kids, air is always poor conductor of heat. I think you know about the meaning of conductor. Do you know the meaning of conductor? Conductor means those material which can pass electricity or heat, they are known as conductor. And because of thick layer keeps their body warm and protect them from cold in winter. For obtaining wool, animals are reared and then the hair is cut and processed into wool. Okay, I hope you understood. Now we will meet in next class. Till then, bye bye.